Morning, Abotai. There is a positive Torah commandment to recite Keri'at Shema twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. There's a machloket, Rishonim and Acharonim, exactly which part of the recitation of Keri'at Shema is deoraita. L'da'at Marana Bet Yosef, the halacha is that only the first pasuk of Keri'at Shema and Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed are deoraita. The rest of Keri'at Shema is only mitzvah midrabbanan. Now, this mitzvah of Keri'at Shema has a time limit. Let's speak about first the day Keri'at Shema. There's a Mishnah in Masechet Berachot, Daf Tet Amud Bet. We hold like Rabbi Yoshua that the halacha is that since the Torah tells us uvshochbecha uvkumecha, when you lay down and when you arise from your bed. Rabbi Yoshua derives from here that people wake up in the morning the latest until the end of the third hour of the day, and therefore the mitzvah of Kriyat Shema shel Shacharit, the morning Kriyat Shema, extends until the end of the third hour. The Rambam writes in his commentary in the Mishnah that these hours, like any other hours in the scope of Chazal, refer to seasonal hours, which means during the summer these hours are going to be longer, and during the winter these hours are going to be shorter. That's just the way it is because of the length or shortness of the day. When exactly do these hours begin? That is a very, very great debate. If you look at calendars, sometimes you see two different times for the end time for Kriyat Shema, sometimes referred to as Magen Avraham and Gra, Gaon Mivilna. Really, according to many Rishonim, Trumat HaDeshen, not the Levush, but Trumat HaDeshen, basically Marana Bet Yosef, the Magen Avraham and others, they say that these hours are calculated from Alot HaShachar, from dawn until Tzet HaKochavim. That's the length of the day. According to others, including Rambam, Rav Saadia Gaon, Gaon Mivilna, Baal HaTanya, and the Levush, these hours are calculated from Zricha, from Netzach Hama until Shki'ah, which means it starts later. Therefore, just for an example, today, according to the Magen Avraham, the end time for Kriyat Shema is at 8:43. According to the Gaon Mivilna and those poskim, it ends at 9:30. Depending on when the day starts, either from Alot HaShachar or from Netzach Hama, that's when these hours start as well. Le'alacha, Maran Zechron Bracha writes in Alichot Olam Chelik Aleph, since Kriyat Shema is a biblical mitzvah, it is appropriate to be machmir, to make sure you say Kriyat Shema by the end time of the Magen Avraham. However, according to the letter of that's a chumrah. According to the letter of the law, halacha follows the Rambam, halacha follows Rav Saadia Gaon and the Gra. That really, the Sof Zman Kriyat Shema is at the end of the third hour of the day, beginning from Nitz. And he says, therefore, if a person woke up late or whatever it is, especially Talmidei Chachamim that are up late at night studying Torah, they can be mekel and read Kriyat Shema until the end of the third hour of the day, according to the Gra. Now, even if a person is very applicable on Shabbat and Yom Tov, even if a person plans on praying a little bit later, if you see that by the time you start praying, you're not going to get to Kriyat Shema in the Tefillah in time, you should make sure to say Kriyat Shema before the Tefillah to be Yotzeh the mitzvah, in spite of the fact that in the Tefillah it'll already be past the Zman, you will have already fulfilled the mitzvah of reciting Kriyat Shema. Have a wonderful day.